Good morning and welcome to Bendat Stadium here in Perth, Western Australia. It is day 3 of the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. We are covering the round 5 of the 17 and under division. We have West Coast Thunder, the home state, coming up against the South Australian Dragons. My name is Mandy Love, and we have the pleasure of having Olympic athlete Simone Fountain, winner of a gold medal from the 2000 Olympics. Simone, welcome.
Oh, thanks, Mandy. It's great to be here with you.
I am so excited to have you on the call this morning, especially knowing from your athletic prowess in a different code what your take is on our lovely game. We have the West Coast Thunder 17s. I'll run through the starting lineup. So we have Fountain NGS, goal attack Gorman, WA Drazovic, centre is Scott, Buckingham in wing defence, Sullivan goal defence, and Creek in at goalkeeper. For the Dragons, starting off in goalkeeper, we have Panel, Brooks in GD, Ward in wing defence, O'Callaghan in centre, Gullen in WA, Norfolk in goal attack, and O'Callaghan in goal shooter. The South Australians are coached by Mark Gorman, who is a former Open Men's player for the Dragons, and he has a lot of experience in the coaching ranks. So it'll be interesting to see what his side puts out on court. And on the flip side, we've got Zalara Isakil from the West Coast Thunder. She made the finals last year. She's looking to go one better this year. Simone, what do you think we can expect from today's game?
Well, they've been pretty physical in the lead up to here. I'm not sure how I'll go. So I'm the mother of the GS, Toby Fountain, so I'll see how I can keep my mouth closed for parts of it. But look, it's going to be an exciting one. I think it's been quite physical in the first few games for the boys, so we'll see how they go today.
Yeah, and it always is when you come to Nationals. It's the 1 week of the year where these lads get to really flex and show their skill set throughout the course of the week. They've been training probably since approximately October, November last year. And as they work their way, this is their pinnacle moment this week. They get to compete against the best of the best around the country. So as we're waiting for our officials to come out on court, looks like it'll be a Dragon centre pass. So look for the Thunder lads to really attack this. And everyone's probably a bit too organised, Simone.
They do look very organised this morning, and there's a few jitters. You can see them moving around a little bit, but we'll get underway here now.
And a feature of the Nationals has been the fact that we've got 2 different buzzers as well. So Dragons off to a great start. So finding the pocket as they work to circle edge.
Oh, and almost a steal there.
Yep, so they've got a contact call. So he just drops it into the shooter, which is O'Callaghan.
Got Sullivan there. He's a very sprightly GD. Gets to most things. Very athletic. So here they go, Thunder away.
And they have to play it back. So working down the line, there's Drazovic. Connects into Fountain. And just balances himself. And that's a great start for West Coast Thunder.
Mum's heart rate just coming back down.
Oh, and great early release from the wing attack. That's Gullen.
Across the circle there.
Oh, and finding left alone at the post is their goal attack in Norfolk. So one to look for.
Trying to find off the centre pass there.
Yeah, that's Tom Gorman in goal attack. Look for him. He'll be a key feature in the West Coast Thunder. And Fountain, so strong on that hold, just steps himself in and regathers. Oh, ball goes out. So an opportunity here for the Dragons. Great defensive pressure. Gorman up and gets the call. That's great contest in the air. So they've got a 2-on-1 in the circle here as Gorman pops out. So Drazovic will look to go there. Yeah, can't wait for the calls.
Call there.
No. And, you know, that's the thing. You've got to take your feet to the ball.
Trying to get it quickly down the court here. Finding their way, the Dragons.
They're incredibly quick. And just nice placement from the circle edge from O'Callaghan. They line up, and that's another shot from the South Australian. So they currently lead 3-1.
That one's against the centre, so we're away here for the Dragons again.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity to extend their lead. As Scott just pulled out of play for the obstruction call. And nice placement of the bounce pass around the body of the defender. And he'll drop it down his goal shooter. So the West Coast Thunder defenders probably need to do a bit more active feet around the body just to get in between the two attackers. But this is an opportunity. So critical moment here for West Coast Thunder. It's only early days.
Get this one back.
Yep. And they just need
ball movement
they just need that composure. Oh, I would like to see that ball released. I thought Fountain was open. And that'll be a little pop pass. Oh, no, Gorman, left hand.
Oh, beautiful shooting.
Nothing but net from Gorman.
Long range there and a beautiful shot. Gorman's been shooting well. Beautiful intercept there from Creek.
Yeah, he read that very early and just committed to it as well.
He has go-go gadget arms, that young man.
And Sullivan floats the pass in, but Gorman strong on the take, connects with Fountain.
And more of a push this time, so it's in. And we're back on centre with Thunder.
And Drazovic is strong off the transverse line and centre pass receipt. I think this is probably one of their strongest front line for the West Coast Thunder. And there's yes, Fountain had a beautiful hold, giving himself enough space for the back space as he steps back and the shot goes through the net.
So we're 4-all now. Back to Dragon Centre and down the court.
And Scott just pulled out of play, and just Creek probably just caught on the back of the goal attack, just sort of got caught behind the speed. Yeah, so just been asked to adjust, Creek, so just need to find out a little bit more discipline early. Don't want to get in the officials' eyes. Sullivan connects down the line, and Fountain strong on the take. He asked for that early, and Gorman released.
Just holding my breath every now and then there.
Yep.
Here we go with the Dragons again. And they're quickly away. Good defence, trying to slow them down a little bit.
And I think more attention needs to be paid to the the wing attack from the Dragons in Gullen. I think he's been huge in terms of getting that ball down court early.
The defender's been caught on the top of the circle there and leaving shooter available. Going again now, Thunder.
So they're just caught all behind their defenders currently, and luckily Gorman was able to collect. Now they've double-teamed Fountain. An offensive contact call. And the Dragons play on quickly. And Sullivan, will he get up? Has an attempt at it. He's very sprightly.
Close. And, yeah, so athletic. Amazing to see the speed that the ball moves and how quickly they can intercept. Great shooting there from the shooter from Dragons.
So 7-5 in favour of the Dragons. Can they make it out to 3 goals? Great defensive pressure from the Thunder lads. They were all on the inside, forcing wide.
And they get the turnover there.
And look at the Dragons. They're asking them to make sure that they're pushing up. They're really working this. So
playing a bit of a zone here.
Yeah, and just fell through the hands of Scott. Just didn't have control on it. And that's great coverage by the wing defence on the first phase. It's just he got lost on the second phase. And hands by Creek. That'll be a Thunder ball.
Another good turnover there. Now see if they can make something of this. Just with some settle, patience.
Yep. And, they've just got to break off a corner of the zone, so they just need to work it short if they can and before they release it long. And this is what they're looking for. That cross-court pass is something that the defenders are... the reach from Fountain.
Oh.
And no call.
Big hit in the middle there. And an outside court on the sideline here. So back to Thunder's ball. See if they can settle in here a little bit.
And we knew that it was going to be a physical game, so they've just got to keep their feet running through the ball. They almost have to absorb the impact and then take that ball strongly and then look for the next pass. And Fountain, really nice target. Caught for the footwork call though. So the leg closest to the post probably was his grounded foot on that occasion in the eyes of the umpire. So yeah, South Australia really bringing some intensity here, some pace down this front end. And it's just taken a little bit longer for the Thunder defence to adjust. And it looks like we've got a new goalkeeper on.
LJ into goalkeeper, Creek off at the moment. With that rolling sub, it's kind of handy that the coaches can make those quick changes just to adjust.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's incorporated from the Suncorp Super Netball. They trialled it last year in the Opens division. And it's a way for coaches to be able to make changes on the fly. And here comes that mid-court press from the Dragons again. And again, someone's just got to cut the middle and just play it short.
Short passes.
Because this is what will happen if the ball placement isn't done correctly. This is what occurs. They have that unforced error.
Got another Thunder player in the box, and that's out of court on the inside line. Wing defence standing in the sub box over there too, and they've gone back to this. I would call it from a water polo perspective a zone.
Yeah,
but,
it very much
really
is a zone.
Interesting. I haven't seen it before since watching over the last few days. Certainly haven't seen it even in the men's match last night.
Yeah, it's definitely a feature. It's easier to do than the man-on-man, but it takes a lot of time to prepare it. And Gorman,
offside call there.
Yeah, so it'd be a free pass. So Fountain double-teamed and gets the contact call.
Gorman will take that one, I think, that penalty.
And another change, so Scott coming off.
And just off there, just off the ring. We're back with the Dragons now. Moving down court quickly and into the circle there.
And that's Buckingham that's come on in the centre position for the Thunder. And Carney in at goalkeeper. And great goal from the South Australian Dragons.
That takes it to 8-5 now. Thunder centre pass. Let's see if we can...
They just need to revert back to just their simple processes. I find that they're doing a lot of cross-court swing balls, and they just need to go same lane or next. And just placement.
And a bit of contact in the back there from the goalkeeper, Parnell.
And, Fountain receives the pass and gets his rebound. Oh, wish he'd snatched it in with two hands. But this has been a great spectacle of netball in the 17 and under division. Buckingham almost gets the deflection.
Bit of a press here.
Yeah, and everyone's on that man-on-man.
Well. Oh, and almost forces a turnover there, but they've...
And again, it's that wing. Oh, yes, great defence.
Great defence from Sullivan there.
Yeah,
again, showing his athleticism and up to that ball.
His read on the game is great. And good distance. Oh, just got the hands up before the feet.
Advantage goal there.
Yeah, so the biggest goal lead of the game, 4. Can they push it to 5? And I was looking at some previous results. So West Coast Thunder, they last played Tasmania, winning 56 to 27. And South Australia actually had the bye last round, but they also played Tassie earlier in the week, winning 62-38. So this is a 2v3 ladder placing at the moment. All teams in this division wanting to look for that top 4 finish.
Obstruction call there on the goalkeeper. Gorman setting up for a shot. Nice shooting from Gorman there. Takes it back to 10-6.
And I think I'd like to see Gorman take a lot more opportunities at goal. I think when they're double teaming Fountain, they really need to expose that so he can drive through that front of that circle. Replay call.
Back to Thunder's ball and see if they can make a difference here. Get one back. Obstruction call on the Dragon centre there.
A nice connection to the top of the circle. Gorman, mid-range. Double jump from the Dragons.
Beautiful.
So cool
there.
and calm under pressure moments, isn't he?
Calm, doesn't he? And usually makes those, so really great.
And he's one of the 17 and under Thunder athletes that are part of our WA Netball League here in our domestic competition. So no doubt using that experience within his club in the men's division to really sort of be a leader in this 17 and under team.
He's the Thunder captain, so he's doing a great job in that leadership role and certainly plays his role on court beautifully.
Oh, great defensive setup. They tried to do the pulley system with one front, one back. And nice and tall is Sullivan. Oh, just drops that pass down. Callaghan. And delivers for the Dragons. It's 11-8.
I'm always perplexed about this, the old play your own rule. What do we call it now? Replay rule.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're allowed to bat the ball to yourself, but it's if you have control of the ball and then you bounce the ball and then regather, then it becomes a replay. But some umpires will call it one bounce and it goes. But It's an interpretation rule as well.
Just called time there because the ball's gone quite away
Yeah.
to one of the back courts. So Gorman's done the chase and he's bringing it back.
Absolutely. And all games from the AMMNA Championships in 2023 are proudly supported by Bladen WA, Great Temptation Sweet Treats, Spudshed, West Coast Fever and Netball WA. Play continues here. Drazovic with the ball on the baseline and Fountain strong in the air too. Took it at full extension. Just needs to relax on the shot now. Had a bit of attention on the body from the goal defence. And that'll be a settler for him. And they've brought that back to 2. They're just asking for a towel. Some perspiration on the court.
Must have been a bit of a tumble there, but yes, they've found it.
And player safety is obviously very at the forefront here at the Champs. That's not going to help when you get some more sweat on it. I don't know if I'd want that after it's been on the floor, to be perfectly honest.
So just coming up to the Dragons taking the centre. We're 11-9 to Dragons.
So the goal shoot coming out, crossing the ball over. Here's this little goal attack that I'm really enjoying seeing his game. Beautiful triangle movement with the ball. Wish the advantage had been played.
They have played well, both these shooters in the circle together.
I'm not surprised with their coach Mark Gorman being a goaler himself. So I expect to see a lot of craftiness.
There's a lot of nodding coming from Mark. Yeah, here they go. Thunder.
Drazovic connects down to Gorman. And I really enjoy what Fountain's doing. He's giving himself a lot of space. He's taking his defender high in the circle, allowing that back space.
And I think with Gorman dragging his defender back out of the circle, then that's certainly
it allows that pass to be given.
Yeah. They have linked quite nicely, considering Toby's been coming up and down from Karratha, and they haven't always been able to come and train together, but they've been linking well over the last couple of days.
For those viewing at home who may not know how far Karratha is away from Perth, Simone, can you let us know how far in the car or in the...
Oh, it's a day and a half's drive. 1,500 Ks, or 16 hours if you want to do it in one hit.
Wow. That is some serious commitment to the program, Simone. That's amazing.
We've been very lucky with support from Karratha and Karratha Netball Association, and lots of beautiful people up in Karratha who have helped Tobes get ready.
In preparation for this?
Yeah, and he's got great family support here in Perth, so every time he's been down he's had some help to get around.
Oh, loose pass.
Pull that one back in, but here they go. Dragons taking it down the court.
And they're straight down as well. Good coverage by Sullivan on that, and gets a footwork call. And that was a result of Sullivan's really good first ball contest. So again, they're looking through here. There's 30 seconds on the clock left to play, over a third.
Oh no.
Didn't realise that his first foot was planted in the goal third. They'll go quickly, the Dragons.
Oh, and some good zoning defence here to try and keep it out of the circle, just to restrict that last
They've
shot.
just got to get around the front.
Oh, and they've just made their way in there.
Nice little shooter-to-shooter connection.
Takes it to 14-10 with 7 seconds.
It's the Dragons' ball. They must pass it. Oh, great work.
Oh, and they found it into the circle again.
No penalties. Oh, gives him a second attempt, so he will get a shot at goal here. And makes them pay. And that is the end of the first quarter. Dragons currently 15, leading against the home state, West Coast Thunder on 10. Don't go anywhere. We've got a second 15 minutes of netball coming up right after this. Forte Physiotherapy has been providing physiotherapy services and rehabilitation services for West Coast Thunder since inception. We are a proud sponsor of this athlete group and look after many athletes and general population in the clinic. If you have an injury or chronic pain, see the professionals at Forte Physiotherapy. You can book an appointment online at www.fortephysio.com. Welcome back to Bendat Stadium here. It is round 5 in the 17 and under division, coming to you live courtesy of Clutch TV. It's the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. My name is Mandy Love, and joining me is Olympic gold medalist Simone Fountain. Simone, what were your thoughts on the first 15?
Well, it's been quite a tactical game from the Dragons, and physical as well. They've come out pretty fast, and the boys from Thunder have been trying to respond and break down that zone that they keep setting up, but they'll need to pick it up here because they're a couple of goals behind. So they have come back from a deficit before, so they can do it. Hopefully they'll grit their teeth and get this done.
And they don't need to do it straight away in this second quarter. They just need to chip away at this lead. It's only 5, so it's all about getting ball possession and conversion rates on their centre pass, and as Fountain collects the contact. And just needs to breathe on his shot.
Push that ball up a little bit.
And there he does.
Go. Bit more relaxed off the hands there.
And it would be without the defender right in front of you. Now the wing attack here, Gallen from South Australia, he's one that I think we need to, for West Coast Thunder teams, need to sort of pay more attention to. Carney, good coverage. Oh, we should go around that body. He had an opportunity to. Vertical. Oh, great shot from O'Callaghan.
Thunder back in the centre here.
And Gorman, it was Drazovic did look long, and then he sort of pulled out just at the last second. So just a misplaced read.
And the tap across the sideline from Dragons, so it's a Thunder ball.
And interesting to note, see how you've got all the Dragons players inside the West Coast Thunder players, so they're forcing them wide, looking for that swing ball. Fountain on the hold, needs to really plant his feet. When he's jostling his feet, the defender can look at the contest, so he just needs to stay still and let the defender, and there he does, he's done that, and he's been able to draw that contact from the goalkeeper.
Gorman takes the penalty and doesn't miss, which is great.
So defence need to get a stop here. Sullivan had a good look at that. Oh, sorry, Carney and Sullivan have actually switched roles. So Carney into GD and Sullivan at the back in goalkeeper.
A good shot from the GA mid-range there.
Yeah, Norfolk, he'll be adding that to his tally. Drazovic connecting through the middle lane. And Gorman works himself in, changes his angle. And just, waiting for the landing because he knew he would obstruct. Contact on the body. Left hand.
And in.
And delivers for the Thunder.
Well done from Tom.
Yeah, so going goal for goal early here in the second. So hands over pressure need to be applied. And that's a really nicely placed pass from the centre from the South Australian.
And a good hold to hold the exposed side there from the goal shooter as well.
Very crafty shooting circle. We talked about it in the first quarter. Like, they can hold, they can move. It's there's variety in there for them. Drazovic comes off circle edge. Fountains come out and loose pass to Gorman, collected by the keeper in the Dragon. So a bit of a mini press here from the Thunder. Oh, loose ball, no one on it.
Ooh.
Fountain hitting the deck. Offside for his worries. And play goes down the line through the middle lane from the Dragons. And they just need that switch. Yeah, stay the baseline. Great job.
And now find the player again, but just lost that GA for a minute there.
Yeah, he's very quick.
He can cut across there. He uses his angles, as you said earlier, and really gets inside there, and that's a direct pass.
And the shooter did a really good job drawing them out before dropping back to the post.
Thunder really need to pick it up here and push through and grit their teeth a little bit and try and break this down.
And day 3 of tournament is always what we call the grind, because they've sort of, being the 5th round, everyone's starting to feel the effects of having playing 4 games. So this is where like the big teams step up in days 3 and 4 as we inch ourselves closer towards finals come Friday, Saturday.
Oh, and that's a contact call against GS there, Fountain.
And they've just played on very quickly, the Dragons.
These low passes are amazing, how they can be still quite quite targeted with how they deliver that ball, really low.
And what's really exciting too, in South Australia, they actually have a junior M League.
That was a
offensive
turnover
contact.
there.
Yep. It's been the call of the week. A lot of teams sort of paying the price for it. Buckingham, who's he going to connect to? Goes up and over.
Patient here now and
need to clear the space, so they're all rushing at it. They need to give themselves some width and some depth.
Contact called on the GG from Dragons there, and they just have a bit of an option now. There we go.
And just a settler. Oh, I think Fountain's starting to get really aggressive on that, the way he snaps that rebound. But I love it because it means he wants to get competitive. And this is the biggest opportunity this week.
There he goes, just a fast feed around the defender and into a really good shooting position. And Dragons GA doing a great job in there.
And this is what I'm talking about. They need to do, like, if they're going to run the one-on-one, they really have to work that delay deny process. So Sullivan needs to get around him now on the backside of him and really prevent him from entering that circle early in the dead ball time. So he needs to drop on his goal attack because there's no point hunting for it because he's already both of them in the circle currently. We know that they're aerial defenders, but you can't give him space. And they're on the back of the attackers, so they just need to work their feet around and position themselves just a little bit smarter in the defensive circle.
Pushing this gap now out to 22 to 14.
Oh, great work. Gets a deflection. Needed to follow up, though. An offside call. So, be a Thunder feed.
See if they can get this one back. Just got a safe hands here.
Oh,
and that's over the sideline and back to the Dragons.
Oh, and he goes up. Oh, great contest, though, from Sullivan. He had a look at that around circle edge. Was worth a look, too. And I don't think the Thunder lads have been in this position where they've sort of been down by this much. Would I be correct in saying that, Simone?
Probably there and thereabouts, but this has been a little bit of a...
it's an arm wrestle, isn't it?
Definitely that goal difference doesn't necessarily show everything about what's happening in the game, but, they're just a bit more demanding here from Gorman to get the ball where he wants it, and same here now trying to move the ball. And was that an offside call there from the wing D?
It might have been.
Just stepping into that.
I did miss that, if I'm perfectly honest, and contact call against Drazovic. So it looked like the umpires are looking to get some control on the game.
Interesting when the ball was, obviously coming from a game like water polo, when things are inconsequential to the play, we, as referees, aren't allowed to, we don't necessarily call every single infringement now, but in this game they seem to call all infringements, even if your foot drifts across that line just a tiny little bit and it's not necessarily consequential to the play. But there go the Dragons again, scoring another goal, so that they're out to 10. The distance is now 10, the goal difference.
Yeah, and I find...
lining up again, and there's a rebound for Thunder. They need to use this one again now, so they've
got to convert here, so they've got to go down the line. And they've got to have repeated effort, so if they take one drive and they're not given the ball, they need to clear out and go again into a different space.
Oh, and that's a big one for Toby, even with his height, to try to hold on to there. Sorry, Fountain. But Dragons ball on the baseline here. And
there's a lot of stuff going off ball as well down the line. Great job from the Dragons.
And direct straight down the centre of the court there from the Dragons.
Creek re-entering the game. He is very tall. He's looking for the hunt.
Arms.
Oh, yes, he does.
That usually come out of nowhere. So let's get that happening, thanks. We need a few of those.
Yeah,
deflections and intercepts.
25 plays 14. And, it's one of those things, the deflection and intercepts don't mean anything unless it's scored down the other end.
Yes. And we've had our chances here, the Thunder, and they need to try and maintain.
And Captain Gorman, a wry smile. But, he needs to show discipline as the leader of the Thunder team, so he needs to show composure to get his team back into this contest. You can't get caught up in the calls. You've got to adjust very quickly. Oh. And instantly, just going up and you can see the push and shove, but he's actually the person taking the pass. So a little bit of frustration perhaps with the scoreline pressure starting to creep into the Thunder team.
And they're back in the circle here with the GS, who hasn't really missed.
Oh, Creek, I thought he did a great job. There was almost a 3-second call.
So close. And they convert that one, so they're out to 26-14 and a Dragons centre.
And I think for me, with the defensive end, they have to pick and choose when they are going to go for the contest. If they're aware that they're not going to be at all in the contest, get the 3 feet back to present that 3-foot hands over mark. And Fountain, right idea, the flat pass, because he could see the defender coming through, but the defence from the Dragons was fantastic.
He was streaming ahead, wasn't he, coming through to it?
And again, just around, couldn't get
unlucky.
Tried to flick it back in.
And so they've
just lost their way a bit down this front end, so
bring up the tempo a little bit now and try and get this back. There's certainly some movement happening, and they've got some pressure there, but just unfortunate to miss that one there. Speed around the circle edge
goal
here
attack has
from
been
these
left
guys.
alone again. Need to keep his eye on him. He's definitely the playmaker in that shooting circle. He's the creator. They need to really identify that he is the one. And again, to see he's already into the circle, and you watch him, he'll just turn his paces down the baseline, and there he goes.
And his drive across the baseline there is, there's just the communication between the two defenders down there just needs to up just a little bit so that they're aware of where each other are and who's taking what section, I'd say, and player.
And Fountain at court high gets the penalty call against him. This is where I'd like Fountain just to plant. He's so lovely and tall. If he just stands his ground, even as the defender works around his body, he can just change his angle with his shoulders to present a different opportunity to the feeders.
And they've got one back there, but again, Dragons centre here, and they're again direct through the centre and into the circle quite quickly.
And looks like there's a new goal shooter coming on for the West Coast Thunder in the back play. Double jump, and gets the shot as well. So we do have a new goaler in the goal shoot bib for the West Coast Thunder. And looking down court.
Working it quickly into Gorman. Wants to find a better position to shoot.
And it'll be a penalty on the outside of the circle. What did they set up?
It is getting pretty fusty in there.
Yeah, but they can't react to it either. They really just need to keep that upright body position to showcase to the umpire what's happening to them underneath the post. Buckingham.
Great from Buckingham there.
And Green, it's
just
Green.
Slowing them down a little bit, which is important.
And contact call against Gorman. It was a nice, clean contest, though. And there's the creator in Norfolk.
Oh, and there's an opportunity there. Creek just didn't pull it in, but it's across the back line. So they're reset here.
And nice little shooter-to-shooter pass. And Callahan.
And we're out to 31-15.
Yeah, it's been a very impressive second quarter here from the Dragons. And long connection. Finds himself in the pocket. And, great work from Creek. He's got good distance. He's great in the split circle. And
very good.
That had a lot to do with Creek just being able to hedge inside in that defensive circle and win that ball. So patience needs to be done here in the zone. So better work done by the Thunder lads. Someone's got to punch through the middle. And the ball was released early and the Dragons snapple it up.
And that's a good deflection there. Great. Now just some patience here.
Now they've got the goal defence out of play very high. So if they can get this ball down quickly, there should be a 2-on-1 opportunity, but they've got to get it down. Otherwise the opportunity goes begging.
And it's gone now. They've evened it back up there.
Oh, nice connection.
Unlucky. There's just an obstruction call there on the outside of the circle.
And Gorman takes a long range shot, so he didn't fall. So it's not like the Thunder haven't had opportunities. Oh, Gorman, great defence.
Yeah. And contact against Gorman there.
Got to keep their heads up though.
And beautiful intercept there. Well done. And again, now we just need to make sure. Again, a high contact there on the GD. So, but again, they've not worked it down quick enough. But here we go.
Dragons have been very smart. They are targeting Gorman all around the park just to frustrate him. 30 seconds left. Oh, great goal.
Well done. That one should settle in and they'll get a break soon. And it's a Thunder centre pass. So they've got another option here.
And finds the pocket to Drazovic.
Oh, and
quick pass.
Quick to Creek, but
can they stop it though here? Smart play by Gorman. Okay, he's got a caution for his efforts. Needs to stop with the back chat, acknowledging the umpire, and then play continues.
They have really been right up on Gorman for the entire game. So again, another tactical move from
Green. Great job on, needs to say. And great stuff there too by Green right towards the end of that. So a dominant second quarter by the South Australian Dragons. They currently lead by 15. It's 31 plays 16 against the West Coast Thunder lads. Lots to talk about by the coaching staff for the West Coast Thunder. I think they need to really start paying attention to the goal attack for the South Australia Dragons. So let's see if attention is paid in the third quarter.
Having a pretty good season this year, Andy.
By the look of this lot, you are too.
Well, we've got a good team out in the field. You want to go meet them?
Sure. So what do you grow here?
We've got broccolis, collies over there, carrots, you name it. We harvest it today, catch. And it's in the stores tomorrow.
So you guys are the midfielders of the fruit and veg?
At Spot Shed, we grow it.
We sell it, you save.
Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au. Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au.
Welcome back to Bendat Stadium here. It's day 3 of the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. We are showcasing round number 5 for the 17 and under division, the future of men's netball. We've got the South Australian Dragons currently up by 15 against the home state West Coast Thunder. My name is Mandy Love, and joining me on call is Simone Fountain. Simone, dominant display by the South Australians in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're definitely up here, and you can see even psychologically and physically they're up at the moment. But there's an opportunity for the Thunder to respond. They have proven that they can come back from a deficit, so they just need to do that. We've just gone across the sideline here, and it's unfortunately with a stumble, it's a Dragons
So it looks
throw
like
in.
the Thunder have brought on a new goal attack in Patrick Daniel. So let's see what impact
And
he
a
brings to
contact
the
on the
game.
centre, so it's back to Thunder's possession here. And again, just need to be calm and utilise good footwork and passing.
And
here.
Drazovic finds himself on circle edge. Fountain gets up. Replay ball though. It was the right idea. So it looks like they're looking at a man-on-man defense with some floating D at the back end. And Creek with that massive arm span too. So Carney goes run, good coverage, yes, and Creek
great
goes up.
from Creek, well done. Unfortunately, just tapped across the back baseline there, but a beautiful bit of play there from those arms of Creek's.
And the shooter posting up and gets the contact call against Sullivan on the outside. And look, it'll probably go to post, so Carney needs to keep his vision up because the pass is probably going there. Swing ball.
And there we go. And now
And
it's
good
just
hedging. That's a great defensive work by the Thunder circle, but just a loose carry, loose ball. No one had a crack at it. I need to adjust on the distance here. Must be 3 foot from the front shooting foot, the
and
grounded
again,
foot.
low pass to the goal shooter who puts it in an advantage. And
I believe Mark Gorham, the coach of South Australia, has probably done a lot of work sort of having a good look at the West Coast Thunder team before this game today. There are 7 teams in this division, as we spoke of earlier, so they are fighting for that final 4 or top 4 positioning on the ladder. And Buckingham gets a contact. Plays on. So contact against the shooter. And here's where they've just got to body up, play the short ball, do the little give and goes. Someone's got to go through, can't go
just some
behind.
patience there and obstruction from the wing defence. So
And when they're entering that zone, the Thunder team, they all can't go behind. That someone's got to come forward. So here, we're looking for this backspace. Really, the layup.
and he's
Wow,
determined to
from
get one
Fountain,
through
yes.
there. So that one's back against the play. So Thunder got it back here, and they're really showing that they are stepping up now. So just got to carry this momentum for
Daniel,
them.
nicely played along the baseline.
And there's his first goal for the day from Daniel.
And Coach Delara is very happy with that passage of play. Can they get another stop here? Creek, I wish he went up for that. He had a good look at it.
Into the circle. And
Nice
up to
rebound.
Creek.
And momentum shift. If they score here, that's 3 in a row for the Thunder.
And this is what they need to maintain. They need to think about it now. Just patience and some.
And it'd be a Thunder throw in from the sideline. I really enjoy what Daniel's doing already in the early minutes of the third quarter.
Brought some good legs to it, but
Don't know quite what happened there. As the ball spills out, 33 plays 18 in favour of the Dragons.
it's called a time because the ball's drifted across the backcourt.
So I'd just like to give a special shout out to WA Sports Performance, who's a proud partner of the West Coast Thunder. They're located in Willetton. WASP is Perth's premier strength and conditioning and sports injury rehabilitation facility, bridging the gap between amateur and elite performance from youth athletes through to professionals. So thank you very much for your support of the West Coast Thunder lads as they look to try and get a defensive win. Box formation set up. Oh, he had a look at it. They really need to attack it if they're going to go in that box
and we've got
formation. And you
Just
see
a bit
them.
of confusion there with the defensive circle.
Yeah, Carney sort of slipped back and Creek sort of maintained his back position, so they just needed to switch or just communicate a little bit better.
We've got to remember too, Dragons had the afternoon off yesterday with a bye yesterday afternoon, and Thunder did play, so they're
coming
have
in
got the bye
fresh.
this afternoon.
Thunder need to maintain their discipline here to stay in play. That'll create the defensive pressure. And
still a lot of availability down there.
that split really got him from almost at circle edge right underneath the post. And really great work done by the Dragons in their shooting circle. So in South Australia, I don't know if you know, Simone, but they actually have a junior M League, so it's targeted specifically for like sort of that 14 to 18 age group where they get to play against same age athletes to really develop their craft. So it's something that's really bringing through their junior ranks as we see them.
You can see the speed and the advantage that they're being able to gain from the speed and the movement of the passes, and that's just across the sideline there from Thunder.
Yeah, just a parallel pass.
Obviously the connection for the South Australian boys is strong as well. They do see each other well and kind of know where each other need the ball. So they've well-drilled unit here. And they have had some mixed results as well, so they're probably, you know, really showing themselves here today. Thunder have been very strong, so they've had to probably put their best out there.
Oh, Daniels just floats it to Fountain. And Fountain finds the post.
Doesn't want to give up that.
A rebound. It's a battle of the rebounds. And they storm the centre pass.
There's certainly a lot more for Thunder to show, so they'll make their way back here, and here's Creek with the throw in.
And here comes the Presto again. They've got to play the smarts of it here.
Hopefully they've talked about this at halftime and they're going to break it down, but no, it just drifts off the sideline.
And look, right idea, just, you know, the catch. They needed to land the catch, Daniels. And baseline drive from Norfolk.
He's so quick, that GA, across that baseline, and if they can't cut that off, he's available every time.
And that's all they need to do. Even if it's a defensive switch and they just turn their body to cut off the baseline, it forces them to change direction around the body.
Here we go.
And great
and
feed.
Direct in.
Balanced by Fountain and quick shot.
Oop, and had to get it away quickly.
And Drazovic.
Be able to.
Very aware. Oh, and
some
heavy check. Yeah.
There.
Great pickup, though, by Daniels with Fountain. He plays quickly, steps himself in, and just needs to balance on this shot now that he's...
Bend your knees and...
And a lot of the time it's just about, okay, there was a bit of heavy contact, it wasn't called. But you know what, as a shooter, sometimes this happens and you just need to recollect your thoughts, like pick yourself up, and you've got to keep shooting. The moment that you start getting like shy on it is when it we don't get the goals in. So must be confident at the post. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Bounce pass through court.
And straight, direct. That wing attack, you're right. He does create lots of connection through that, especially through the middle of the court.
The goal attack, wing attack connection for me, for South Australia, is really what's sort of upset the Thunder defensive end. Like they don't really have a response for it. So here we go, the goal attack. Sullivan doing a good job, but it was a change direction from the wing attack. He's very clever.
Again, yeah.
Oh, Creek.
Well done,
Well done. Great job.
Great quick movement
and go straight
over
into
the top
attack.
of that.
Yeah. Looks like Tom Gorman's come back on at wing attack, so looking for that feeder roll. Would like to see Fountain turn to post.
Oi.
Yeah, the goalkeeper needs to.
There. Oh, come on, Tobes.
And that's the mum and you, isn't it, Simone?
Can't resist. Just got to get through the knees there a little bit. Is still.
And again, it's just about absorbing that contact as well. Like
here's Gorman. He'll give a little bit of go here, I think.
Both asking for the back space and shooters.
He's a
so here we go
there for the GK.
Yep, so Primel, so there is an opportunity here. I'd like to see Fountain, he can step in. Oh, why doesn't he step in and take the shot? And both opting for the back space. Someone's got to move.
He's wanting it high there. He's definitely wanting it.
Like Daniels in goal attack probably needs to move. He's the goal attack, not the goal shooter. Finds Gorman, and that's a heavy contact. So Daniel probably needs to do some movement and freeze up.
There we go. That's better. Yeah,
there
we go.
They were
Daniel
both static there
other one.
earlier. So as they fight back here, the West Coast Thunder, 21 plays 38, so 17 the difference. And there's Norfolk. So quick.
Here we go with the Thunder Centre pass. Yeah, Gorman will offer a lot on that line, on that attacking line, and
Oh, look,
his
and better.
availability and connection is really good.
And Fountain strong on that. Didn't do the movement like he did
Now,
earlier.
just
And he does the jump shot.
Little jump to push it up.
That's all you need. Just a little bit more extra.
Just a
extra
little
height.
bit. Straight up.
Now, here's where we've got to get creative, though, in defence. We've left Norfolk all alone on the sidelines, and here he comes along the
Well,
base.
that's a better follow from the GD of the GA, but
And
then he just runs around. He just is
yeah,
able
he
to
runs
run
the
around
arc
there.
very nicely. But they did a good job, like, cutting off that pass. But it's these loose balls. They've got to attack it.
And they've
Getting swung
just,
left to
there
right.
we
Oh,
go
Creek!
for Creek. Unlucky. Well done. Better positioning there and better comms, looks like. There's a bit more connection going there between the defensive circle. So here we go for Thunder.
Like to see Daniel do a little bit more work, doing some prelim work. I don't know who that pass was to, but it's made its way in. And stepping call
Tobes.
against Fountain.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. Probably just got lost in the moment of the adrenaline of it all. But, you know, like it's great that they all went straight back onto defence. But again, just caught napping a little bit.
Ooh, that looked like footwork as well. And there's Creek stepping up, and we've got the centre coming on court there, but just over his head on that intercept. So a little bit of wastage there from Thunder.
And, you know, possession is key for the Thunder team. Like, they must score their centre passes and try and look at breaking back the Dragon centre passes.
Yeah. Ooh.
As Drazovic comes flying through. Oh, the bit of the lift. Creek literally just pushed him in the air. Something that must be
Here we
worked
go,
on.
boys.
Let's bring our West Coast Thunder lads home. They're trailing by 20. So some really good learnings about ball possession and ball security here. And breathe on the shot.
There we
and
go.
delivers.
Step in, get closer. So they're calling a play nearly all the time of their centre pass. You can hear them. They're obviously playing some fairly firm tactics and not straying from them.
And there's difference as well. There's probably about three to five different centre pass setups that they have that I believe they're simply just rotating through them, which is causing a bit of confusion because they think that they have it covered and then they've gone to a different tactic.
Just like you say, that possession, they need to possess the ball here.
Contact call. So something that's been caught off ball. And they've got lovely court balance with the shooter coming through the middle lane. And they go up. Had a good look at it though. And just holding the defenders, just making sure that they're not obstructing.
And we're out 44 to 23, 2 minutes 40 to go.
Feel like they've scored more in this third quarter so far from West Coast Thunder than they did earlier on. But again, it's just simple unforced errors that have allowed the Dragons to really punish them at the post.
And they haven't missed very often,
those
those Dragons.
Very accurate shooting circle.
And again, we need to remember these boys are youngsters.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
spoke about that in the break. And
yes.
A lot of them still just learning the way to play the game and really trying to understand their own capability, let alone each other's.
And for some, this might be their first national appearance as well. So it's a very different from playing at a local mixed competition as well, because the intensity is very real at AMMNA Champs. And it can be quite daunting, especially when you've got an established team like the Dragons who've been in it for a few years.
And like you say, if they've got a good program at home and,
and breaking call by Gorman. Yeah, he broke there. And they do. And, you know, in the West, we are trying to build and develop and nurture these underage athletes. We want to keep them involved in the program as best we can, just to further develop their craft.
It's all experience. Sure, it's not feeling too fun at the moment, but that's what you want them to make sure they keep the fun. And beautiful.
Sullivan doing a great job
there for Sullivan.
And you know, it's not from want of trying. And sometimes in some games, the opposition just played better, and sometimes you just have to acknowledge that. And for me, the Dragons have really been that team this morning. But I feel like I actually feel a little bit bad for the next team the West Coast Thunder 17s play against.
Yes, so they've got New South Wales tomorrow morning, actually, so they've got to break the Savo and then New South
I feel
morning.
like they're going to come out with an absolute vengeance as we enter the last minute of the third quarter. And finds Daniel.
With 30 seconds to go, and they're in there.
So it's a Dragons centre pass. Can they hold out? Carney pulled out a play for contact. They go quickly. And 3-second held ball. Can they get it down? 20 seconds. Must be game aware.
They've
got to go long. Send it. Yeah, great job. And
there it is.
Fountain's in. Oh, loopy pass. Jump shot. Gets it. Now they don't need to throw it. Oh, they're going to call time. They're going to make the West Coast Thunder take this centre pass.
Okay, just
got to go long.
Pitch it down there and hope that he gets.
Oh, it's going to throw the contact, but didn't call it in the end as the ball spills out over the court of the baseline.
Well, there's still some smiles on the face of the Thunder boys, so let's hope they come back out.
Yeah,
give it a good last quarter.
Absolutely. They've got 15 minutes left to play to work this margin down, so stay with us and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Bendat Stadium here in Perth, Western Australia. We've got the 17 and under division home state West Coast Thunder currently trailing by 20 goals against a very determined South Australia Dragons team coached by Mark Gorman. My name is Mandy Love. Joining me is Simone Fountain. Simone, what can we look for in the fourth and final quarter?
Well, we've named a few matchups. The wing attack's just received a call there on the line. He's been very strong for the Dragons, and then just a bit of contact there. And they've been paying a lot of attention to the Thunder's Gorman to try to shut him down. So it'll be interesting to see. Gorman's in wing attack at the moment for Thunder. And
Sullivan.
Well done by Sullivan, but a contact call there. So those two wing attack positions are going to be interesting on either side and see what they can do for their teams.
And now I'm not too sure if the 17s division is part of the Bingham Cup this year, Simone, where it's traditional being played between South Australia and WA.
Oh.
So it is So the Opens got the sort of one hand on the cup. So I believe it's the 17s division, the 23s, and the Opens. So looks like it might go down one apiece, and it'll be up for the 23s to bring it home for the Thunder. Bruce Bingham being an ex-president of both West Coast Men's and Mixed Netball Association and SA Netball. So the 17s doing a really good job from South Australia, giving their state an opportunity to win back the cup. Oh, there goes
great hands
Drazovic.
there by Drazovic, but called for contact there.
He has been fantastic, Norfolk, in goal attack. I've really enjoyed watching him play today, just in absolutely everything.
Yeah, and responds as soon as the ball's deflected or as soon as the ball's in a different position. He's definitely reads the play very well.
And I will give credit to West Coast Thunder. They haven't given up. Like, they're still fighting. They're still getting that sort of like that mental resilience to try and keep working their lead back down. Yeah. But it's really hard when the shooters just keep scoring like this. Oh, Tom Gorman's not even on the line. He was on the indoor line. Rare mistake from the captain of the Thunder. A nice cover
and
here.
And great from Levi. Drazovic, I should say. I keep needing to practice their last names, but a beautiful bit of play there. And
great front
again,
positioning.
That wing attack delivery has been very solid all game from the Dragons.
You can see he's an integral part of this starting 7. And good change of direction. And he regathers it. So that's Gullen with the ball. Oh, long cross court. Finds Norfolk. He goes to transverse. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that one was clean from Gorman, but gets the call from the Thunder. So, goal third. Here comes that press. And I wish they do the little quick short and sharp one, but they go over the top. And Dragons in their little box formation currently. Fountain. Oh, they're resetting the penalty. So having to reset.
But he went behind.
You can see that's probably
throw,
a comfort thing for him, is to feed out.
Oh, and that's a miss.
Yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a flat shot as he released it out of the hands. And long ball. They've got really good court balance, the Dragons. As one leaves an area. Oh, look at that pass. That was great triangle ball movement. And Creek. And good hands over pressure. I think with his height, he can actually go a little bit lower. Doesn't have to touch the ball, but just give him a bit more pressure over the shot. He's got such beautiful reach. Drazovic, long ball. Daniels on the baseline. That's a great feed and a great timed lead from Daniels into post. So Carney needs to do more work on the transverse line. He's getting sort of suckered in here. But, as we say that, he wins the ball.
There. He's just tapping it around the place and wins it.
And I was going to say, because he's, out of play positionally, he really needed to win that. Gorman. Daniels free on the baseline if he goes. And they connect late. And both shooters trying to go the same way. Daniels up, mid-range. Great
well
goal.
Done. Just a little lift here. Here they go. That one was against play, so that's really good for Thunder to grab one back.
And just got to sharpen up the angles as Drazovic finds circle edge. And Fountain doing a really good job. I wish he'd turn to post, take that shot. Yes, he does.
There we go. Bit of a push.
Yeah, more. I'd like to see him be more confident when he gets those penalties. It's a free shot attempt, so absolutely take that versus the pass off. Back yourself in as a shooter. Norfolk.
A bit of confusion here, but it's unusual to see from the Dragons, actually. They've good defence and a bit of defensive pressure from Thunder, which is great. They really have been strong defensively and in their previous games, so they'll...
Yeah, so it looks like they've actually changed their mid-court around too. for the Dragons. So it's a new centre and wing attack combination. And it's a bit of a luxury to have when you've got a scoreline as you do. Oh, Fountain, great take on the ball.
And just needs to push that ball up. Up it goes, mate. There it is.
And again, just keeps the scoreboard ticking over. Like a lot of the things with West Coast Thunder this morning are well within their control.
And plenty, like we said earlier, plenty to learn about how you manage yourself psychologically through the game and together, bringing people up when they're
starting to drop, and you can see it in their body language, but
just
you know, we're
supporting each other.
We're asking sort of like 14 to 16-year-olds to
That's
self-regulate.
Exactly right. Through some pretty tough, that
conditions.
It has been a very physical game as well, and not just the physical body on body, but quite the ball is travelling fast. The footwork has been really great from both teams. Just sometimes you make your own luck, and sometimes the luck it falls for you. So score back there. Good movement from both in the shooting circle down for Thunder's end, and
good hands over pressure, but just lacks the delay deny as like the goal attack just sort of has its own way. But there is a call made here, so possession to the Thunder.
It's such a fast-moving game. It's really hard for the team and members of the team to lift each other up verbally because the ball moves that quickly. They almost have to do it by showing. And there we go. That's some really lovely
That was
play.
probably one of the prettiest players we've seen from West Coast Thunder today, and that was with Fountain coming out and Daniels rolling the baseline. So they almost did a role reversal there.
And really great movement from Drazovic
long ball.
Gorman, and a long ball in.
Daniel really likes that little baseline
Yep,
pop.
and well done to Daniel. He's hasn't had huge minutes, and he's really proving himself today out there.
He's a very handy replacement player when he needs to come on. He's been very valuable to the West Coast Thunder team. Oh, Drazovic.
Beautiful pressure there.
That
really
was
good.
really nicely done.
That's what we need to see, and just a bit of pep up from the boys to each other.
Yes. And already they get another possession call. So
just from that effort, that
from
additional
Drazovic.
lift shows everyone they need to just keep the push, keep pushing.
And that's what they're asking for. You know,
Yep.
like when they set up that zone, they're looking for that. They're tempting you with that cross-court pass, so they need to be smarter and play the same lane. So just down the line, someone in the same lane. Very lucky. They'll get a 2-on-1 opportunity in the shooting circle now. So what can they set up? Fountain. He gets himself nice and close to the post.
Oh, and it rolls over the edge. And claps from the coach, who's standing up in the box now. She's pushing her boys along.
And, you know, when you're at a national champs, you know, we're fortunate to have a home ground advantage. So we've got the support of our spectators and family and friends. But, you know, when you're interstate, you've only got your team. So you've got your squad of 12 plus your coaching staff. Like, they become your second family at these national champs. So...
And there's a little push here from Thunder, which is good. This is the first time it's been up in the circle for Dragons for a little while. So, and another nice manoeuvre from the GA and back to a Thunder centre. So, again, just to push this effort through for the last 5 minutes and really give them some confidence moving into the next game, which is a...
Oh, great front cut from Fountain. He read Daniel's backspace and he decided to cut that front. Beautiful read.
There we go.
That was a very nice play.
And back to a Dragon centre here.
Someone who's really impressed me for the 17s from West Coast Thunder.
Yes, Creek coming through with a beautiful deflection there and intercept. And some contact from the wing defence here.
I was going to say Creek, but also I really like the wing defence in Sullivan. I think he's been in and amongst everything today.
Definitely. In the circle at some stage and out on wing defence now. But as we said earlier, very athletic.
And very vocal too, like trying to G up his teammates to really get up and about for this final 5 minutes.
He's definitely got that type of a voice. Ooh.
And Fountain strong on the take.
Bit of
so yeah, no call.
Connection there from...
He needs to balance. And
there
gets
he
the
goes.
shot.
And he was up off the ground pretty quickly there. I think there was a bit of friendly fire between the two of the Dragons players there. But here they go. And this is the type of energy we needed to see earlier, but you can see the difference with the Thunder boys now. They're really, really pushing hard. So good to see at the back end of this game. They'll have a rest this afternoon. But they're pushing. This is 56-39 now to Dragons, but just need to finish this off here.
And just playing positive netball. Like you can see them taking their feet through the ball now and releasing the ball when it's free. Daniel.
Well done. And that just a different style of play happening in there now rather than two of them holding. Quick change of the centres there for the Dragons.
And new goal shoot as well. He comes in, beautiful split from Wilson. So it'd be interesting to see what he brings to the Dragons front line. Caught very wide, and Sullivan, it's an offside call, so free pass Thunder. Baseline from Daniel.
Yeah, and it's good work there. Yeah,
and contact call, yeah. He had the offensive contact. Should be against the goal attack. Yep. See the little push off. Gorman takes flight and flying through quarter, the Dragons through the middle channel. Oh, Creek just short. Probably showcase that to the umpire.
Contact there on the rebound. Flying through Carney there, but unfortunately that one goes in and it's back with the Dragons. Oh,
just collecting of the feet. And Drazovic offside, so free pass Dragons inside the shooting circle. Creek had a go at it.
Very well.
And Dragons making their way closer to 60 goals this game. So really good shooting scoring from the Dragons here today in the early rounds. Oh, go straight to baseline to Daniel. And
well done.
Drops it, had a look at it, enjoyed his shot.
And got a little grin there too, so well done. They should be out there enjoying it. This is what you train for, to come and have games like these and play. I know they'd prefer to be up here, but plenty to learn from here.
But, when I look at this quarter alone, it's definitely going goal for goal. The first quarter, especially, and the second definitely was in favour of the Dragons. I think they started to push back a little in that third, and they're just really finding their rhythm late in the game with the West Coast Thunder.
Yes, here they go. With a minute 27 to go, and there's a good match-up here with the two centres as well. It's had moments of feisty and beautiful again from Sullivan, who's really made a difference defensively for Thunder.
I really enjoy his communication and his chat to his fellow defenders as well. And as he attacks down court, he's always a trailing option. And long ball, cross court. Daniel will want to go base, comes around the front, and there's the split from Fountain. Not our whistle, so just under a minute to play here.
And a Thunder centre pass again. It's just moving it nice and quickly. Oh, and they've gone long.
And round the back pass from Fountain.
Oh, and it was called out of court.
And Gorman will
ball
get the ball.
there.
Replay.
Oh, wow. He's not happy with that one. And I think that's the one that I think just remains very subjective, that call. And it's how the official sees it.
Oh,
and
Norfolk.
again, been really confident with his shooting, Norfolk, and a really, fantastic performance from him in that position of goal attack. And there they go again. That's a win. They're excited. They should be. They came out right from the outset with a very tactical play, and the boys from Thunder will have a bit to look at this afternoon and have a bit of a rest. And
yeah, and I think if they want to really analyse their game, they will look back at this game when they get back to the hotel tonight and just sort of self-reflect and just take accountability for the unforced errors in today's game. I think there are lots to improve on, and they'll be able to identify areas of their game which they can strengthen as they come up against New South Wales tomorrow with the bye this afternoon.
lots more to give from the Thunder boys, so we'll see them back on court, as you say, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. So for those watching at home in support of West Coast Thunder, keep up and keep watching Clutch TV. Thank you for joining us today. South Australian Dragons going up victors 62-43 in the 17 and under division. My name is Mandy Love and Sonia Fountain signing off.